I think they're quite frankly ridiculous suggestions by the Minister. To be honest, we know that the Commission can be extended because that was actually in fact done several times in the past when the Commission needed more time. But now that survivors need more time to get answers, it's suddenly not possible. And I understand that, in relation to the transfer of the archives over to the Minister, but if the Data Protection Commission, like you say, need access to them to carry out an investigation, surely you can allow them access to the transcripts, Minister. It's your department and they're your archives. And, for you to be so concerned now all of a sudden about the archives being transferred over, it says very clearly in the Commission of Investigations Act that all archives from the Commission should be transferred over to the Minister. Now, it's clear that, potentially 550 testimonies have been deleted. So you should be more concerned about that because, the files being transferred over are potentially not being transferred over when 550 of the testimonies have allegedly been deleted. And there are so many unanswered questions. Once this commission dissolves, which, like Anya said, is set to happen in 7 days, and once this commission dissolves, there'll be nobody left to answer these questions. And at the very least, at this point, survivors deserve answers. They don't need these nonsense replies like, the Data Protection Commission won't be able to access the archives. You can give them access to the archives. And that is the very least you can do. There are so many unanswered questions in relation to this, Minister. How did they record the testimonies, for one? How did they allegedly delete them? What kind of investigation happened to say that they were unrecoverable? Clearly none, because now it transpires that they might be recoverable. But for you to send a letter to the Commission when you consider the level of urgency, 7 days, would you not pick up the phone? Would you send somebody on your team and your staff team to go over and get those so-called disaster tapes to see immediately if there's anything left there? Because another important thing that's been completely ignored here, that has always been ignored historically and still today, is that these people actually have rights under GDPR. And if they want to get answers from the Commission, then they need it to still exist. We can't get answers from a non-entity. And in action, this is ridiculous. We've seen government TDs have been calling for this in the Dáil as well. And I hope that every single TD will vote with their conscience and not their party whips on this issue, because enough disservice has been done. We talk about the apology.
OK, let the Minister deal with some of those. Before I go back to Roderick O'Gorman, in what you were saying earlier, do you hope that there will be Green TDs who won't follow the party whip and who will follow their conscience and back your motion to extend?
Absolutely, and not just Green Party TDs, but we've seen TDs across all government parties calling for the extension of this commission. And I think, Minister, you're saying that it is your priority to recover these files from the Commission. That is very welcome. But how do you actually intend to do that in practice if the Commission doesn't exist anymore? It's not possible to find out from a non-entity what happened. That is the underlying problem here. And, what we saw, the actions speak louder than words. That apology meant nothing without actions to follow up with that. So you blame society for what happened in these institutions. But society today wants you to do more and to do better. And like Aon said, I don't know what pressures you're under from your department or what goes on in ministerial office, but we will all back you. Everybody's behind you, not just all of the opposition and all of the general public, hoping and praying that you will do something about this. But many TDs within government feel the same. We need answers. Survivors deserve answers.